Okay. I don't know if you guys saw, my wife gave me some kind of weird, nasty cough drop that I was supposed to, like, just hold in my mouth. And it made my tongue numb. So my tongue was numb, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it tonight. And she's like, say it again. And I'm like, same thing, yeah. And she's like, just keep talking. And I was like, why? What's that? Oh, fuck. Like, so she's like, keep talking. So I started texting her instead. She got mad.
You didn't sound any different.
Yeah, thanks. Wesley.
Can we just have like one session where you do?
Where I just do that?
Well, for Onithian.
Yeah. Like Homestar Runner.
Yes! I dwove.
Can anyone do a strong bad impersonation?
Because
I can't.
The cheat is grounded.
Yeah, there you go.
We put that light switch on the wall so you can have... you can turn the light switches on and off.
Not so you can turn light switches.
Not to everything.
That was
This is the greatest day of my life.
Oh my god. Woke up in a lucid dream. Now we're hunting for the shards. We might be an oddball team, but at least we've got no bards. World Walkers.
Hey everyone, I'm Pedro, the GM and creator of World Walkers, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast featuring professional cartoonists. You can follow us on Twitter by looking up @WorldWalkersPod, and you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/WorldWalkers. If you like the podcast and want to help keep it going, head on over to patreon.com/WorldWalkers and consider becoming a patron. You'll get access to art, early episodes, and much more, along with a set of undeniable bragging rights that will gain you access to clubs so exclusive I can't even mention them here. So, let's pretend everybody's in the same room as me and ready to introduce themselves. Megan, could you start?
Hi, my name is Megan McKay. I'm playing Tin, who is a female foraged fighter and a gunslinger. And you can find my work at doodleforfood.com and onetruedino.com.
Hi, I'm Olivia Welch, and I'll be playing the character Ertleby, who is a grandma and also a gunslinger. She's a druid, but she doesn't know it. She just thinks she's really good at gardening. You can find my work at imagingquest.net.
Hello, my name is Enzo. I do the comic Cheer Up Emo Kid and Dungeon Construction. You can find them at cheerupemokid.com and dungeon.construction. Play a character named Roberto, who is a 6-foot-tall man of metal who is also a ranger.
Hi, my name is Jane. I draw the webcomic The Pigeon Gazette, which you can find at thepigeongazette.tumblr.com. I play Vasa, who is a human female rogue.
Hi, my name is Wesley Hall, and I play the dwarven wizard Brummelstone Hammerstorm. I make the comic Nameless PCs, found at namelesspcs.com.
Last time on World Walkers.
Mercurius, Mercurius, that's where we are. We met a guy named Tompkins, we hope he'll take us far. Fought off a gang of nightmares, but they did not leave a scar. And now we're in a treehouse, still looking for the shards. World Walkers.
The group now considers their next move while trying to figure out whether or not Tompkins will be a part of it. Yeah, last you left off, you had crawled into a treehouse that you couldn't really see most of the treehouse from the outside, but once you got in, it was much, much bigger on the inside. It fully wraps around the tree effortlessly, and it might be 2 stories in there, which is rather unnecessary. Tompkins has his back against the tree trunk, and he's just looking around, trying to keep an eye out. Kind of feel like he looks really nervous, and he's still not sure what he's doing here. So during a short rest, you can spend your hit dice to get hit points back.
What do you mean by like use our hit dice? So when we spend our hit dice, do we roll?
You can burn those to get hit points back. You can do those in the middle of combat as part of your bonus action, or during short rests. You can do that as well.
Okay, cool. We can do it in the middle of combat. So like, what's the That's like the in-universe explanation for
It's
that.
you catching your breath, reorienting yourself, getting your second wind, essentially. Because hit points are kind of vague. They represent not just your physical body, but your vigor, your stamina. You know,
Just think of it as like you're Boromir, you've been shot once, but then you look over and you see Pippin and Merritt, and you're like, motherfucker, and you just like, roll that hit dice. That's what it is.
Oh man, he needed like 3 or 4 more.
yeah, you have 2d6 Hobbit dice. Yeah.
I didn't want to feel today, Jane.
I didn't get that reference at all, so
You never seen Lord of the Rings?
no.
It's okay, I didn't get the
Lord of the what?
I'm sorry, do I get kicked out of the
What?
group now, or?
Yeah, oh, sorry.
What?
Alright, so first we're gonna watch all
So
of
what are the rest of you
Monster
guys
Runner.
doing? Let me cover Megan up real quick.
Then we're gonna watch all of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's
session.
the new stream.
Next session. Fellowship. We need to know the history!
Yeah. Also, no talking during the film, guys.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
Alright, so, yeah, so like I said, Tompkins back against the tree trunk. You have a chance to burn those hit dice, or kind of think, or strategize, whatever you want to do in this time.
So I wanted to take this time and summon a familiar,
Oh, yeah.
which lets me call upon an animal, and then I can, use to see through its eyes. So
Yeah.
I wanted to see a raven, or summon a raven, and then just have it, scan around the city.
You sure you don't want the Quipper fish?
Its quipperfish is pretty good. I just
It's-
don't know if throwing it outside of a tree would look
You don't want your magic carp?
It's flopping fish.
Now, is it celestial, fey, or fiend?
That's my choice, right?
Yep.
Fae, I guess?
Okay. Yeah, fiend would be weird.
And then it's gonna spend the whole campaign going undercover and slowly going up the ranks of the nightmares. And then when we come in, it's like, aha, I've been friend all along. I'd like to go to the second story of the treehouse.
So I guess Vasa would be sort of like she's catching her breath because everybody just broke into the tree, and I mean her first question will be like to turn to Tompkins and be like, "What in the name of witches' teats were those?"
I don't know. I thought you guys would know. They don't live here.
What do you mean you don't know? You
they're-
live here.
But I've never seen them. They might be the things that destroyed Stardust.
Well, they certainly weren't nice little friendly things. Okay, can you build anything to destroy them?
Hold on a second. I need some room. He goes up to hang out with Wesley while he works. And when he comes down with this obnoxious looking house.
Not another
It's
one of
very
your house
light.
armors. No.
And he's like, now hear me out. If we can trap one inside of this sweet little duplex, and he places it down, I can collapse it, and he pushes it over, and it goes 2-dimensional, and he's like, as long as it's not stronger than the structure, it should flatten it.
Are you capable of building things that are not buildings?
You mean just the door? Like a chimney?
After we leave here, where would you take us?
Well, I think those things are warping the infrastructure of the city, it looks like. And so we'll have to kind of see what is warped and what isn't, and then run for the areas that aren't warped. That's my... Yeah, that's my strategy.
A machine or something that helps us move faster? Do you have horses? Do you have little horse houses that come with horses?
Like a mobile home? I've never heard of such a thing.
Okay, Tompkins. I want you to run around your little treehouse, and I want you to gather your tools. I want you to gather any medical kits or any little useful things that you can find, put it in a backpack, and be ready to go in half an hour. Because clearly we're not gonna stay here very long, and clearly you don't have anything useful in here that's built at the moment. So.
Oh, it's not even my
Off with you.
treehouse.
Off with you. Off with you
Yeah,
now.
no, I mean,
Whose treehouse is it, dearie? I'm just curious.
I don't know. All the trees have tree houses. I built them so that kids could play. Okay.
There's not anyone else in here, is there?
No. Why, do you want it?
No, I was just curious. I was just curious.
As soon as Vasa calls him out again, he's like, "Tigga, tigga, tigga." No,
I agree. We should probably be going soon. Although I am interested in using a house to flatten. What are those
it does
things?
not look viable. Like he built like a small little like.
It's like a little hamster.
It's like a
cage.
center for ants, like Zoolander style.
If
Like
we
it's
could
not.
hang them from the tree and then put some sort of treat underneath so they're drawn to it, and then drop it down so as to trap them. I think that could be quite successful, though it would likely take far more time than we have. But something like that. A house falling from a tree on top of a monster. Let's go.
That's a very interesting thought, grandmother. At this point, Vasa will just kind of pace around and like scratch her head and kind of occasionally like throw her hand up in the air, like, what the fuck am I doing? And then just like, pace around.
Yeah, I think Tin would, if there's a window at all, she'd probably set up shop in a window just to like keep an eye on the base and whatever.
After about that hour, you hear kind of a crackling of energy, and then like a sound, and there's a light that flashes from the room that Wesley's in. So
I would come out. I mean, obviously, I now have a raven. I would take time to tease Roberto about his pathetic cat.
Oh, that's not cool. At least my thing is real.
Yeah, that's true.
yours is real. It just comes from somewhere else.
Yeah, who wants real when they have magic? You know. And I would communicate with the bird and tell it to fly out the window and see what see if it could get up and see what it could see.
Yeah.
Is the bird able to like roll around and stuff so that when it comes back we can totally Mulan it and be like, what do you see? White hair. There are horses.
I don't know what any of that means, but it's not happening.
I would probably at some point stop pacing and kind of like look at the little old woman and be like, did I see you command plants?
Oh, dearie, that was just my gardening. I've always loved gardening. I think it was right after Fenwick was born that I really had time to devote to it. Yes, I just have a special kinship, I suppose.
Oh, gardening, okay.
And tell me more about your magic that, blasted holes in these nightmares. The plants were nice, but the machines you both pulled out, and I would look at you and Tin.
Oh, you mean my gun? Yes. This was given to me by a nice young man named Manly.
It shoots invisible arrows.
This one?
Yes.
This one? No, dearie. Those are bullets.
Invisible arrows?
Like invisible arrows, but no.
They're like just the tips of
those.
arrows.
Oh, thank you, Robot
So
Girl.
it's
Yes.
like a slingshot that kills things a lot better.
Where are you from again, dearie? I think we might be from very different places.
Well, clearly, I need to get myself some of these deadly slingshot sticks that you have.
Oh, I'll mention you to Manly next time I see him. He's very nice, and I think you'd be an excellent student.
Huh.
I don't know about Nima, though. Or who, Robot Girl? Sorry, Forge Lady. Who taught you to gunsling again?
Tin just kind of sighs and's like, so racist. And then she's like, I am a pupil of Nina. Yep.
Very
Nina,
different
yep.
types of gunslinging. All good, of course. You'd want to find your own.
Oh, and then I would actually take a moment and be like, female forged, do you see anything since she's by the window?
I probably don't because my passive perception sucks, so.
All clear.
There's like an army outside. I don't see anything.
just like a massive nightmares below the trunk, and it's like, no, we're
She's like,
good.
no.
Like swarms of nightmares coming in the air. You're like, well, it's getting dark.
Look, we're good.
It's nighttime.
Can I look out the window and see if I know because we were talking about world walking, or multiple worlds. And I look out there, and I've kind of studied up on it, so I know. I guess I would know if other planes exist. Do I know what plane I'm on?
Give me an Arcana check. It won't be a difficult roll.
I got 14.
Yeah. So, you've heard of Mercurius a little. It's not as well known as the other planes of existence because it's not really a plane. It's, according to old stories that you heard, there was at some point a dreamlike city that was built. I mean, kind of what you already know, that it was built to kind of help catch dreamers, give them a place to stay. It was always changing. It could kind of reshape itself as needed. But yeah, you would be in the essentially, it doesn't have a formal name, but it'd be the plane of dreaming.
Vasa would suddenly kind of snap her fingers and be like, wait. What if we're in the dreamscape? What if we dream up horses, really big horses with teeth and fast legs? And then I kind of just
worth a shot.
Kind of clench my hands and I close my eyes and it's clear that I'm trying to envision horses. I don't know if I can roll for that, but then I kind of open my eyes, almost like I'm expecting something, and I'm looking around.
And when she has her eyes closed, Tompkins walks by and he's just like, and he quietly sighs to himself and keeps walking.
While Vasa's doing that, Ertleby kind of sidles over to the nice, short, dwarfy man, and says, "Dear, I noticed that during the battle you seemed very stricken by one of those monsters. Is everything all right?"
Well, yes. So, if you saw him take the form of the disease, that was the one that killed my family in my town. So it was quite heart-wrenching for me to see that again. It essentially was a shadow plague that erased my town from existence in my timeline. So, not the funnest thing to see.
As Tompkins is packing stuff up, he walks by and goes, "Yeah, they do that, by the way. If they're the nightmares, that's what they do, sorry."
Oh, my eyes would kind of fly open, and I just turned to I was like, "So you do know what they are?"
He turned around and said, "Whoa, no, you asked if I knew. I have guesses."
You do know what they are!
Well, I didn't want to speak out of turn. Yeah, I mean, if they are the nightmares, I don't really remember them that well. But if they are the nightmares, yeah, they like to figure out what you're afraid of and become that. They're kind of potential, but in a bad way.
They seem not to have a form until I struck one.
Right, yeah, they kind of respond, and so they become a lot harder to kill once they respond to you.
So the trick is to be afraid of nothing.
Don't say.
Yeah, if that's what they are. I mean, like I said, I don't like to presume.
Yeah.
Tompkins, go pack. Go pack.
I'm actually done. I'm all good, but you guys were bonding.
Oh, we can bond on the road, I'm sure. I mean, is anyone afraid of horses? Very afraid of horses. Did that kill their entire family by chance? No? Okay, I guess we'll have to walk then.
Okay, if we're gathering, if we're if it looks like we're maybe getting ready to go, I would sort of draw in a deep breath, and this is now I'm going to use 10 minutes to use my little level 1 feat inspirational leader thing, where I choose 6 people, they all get plus HP to their charisma modifier. So I'd just be kind of stand in the middle, put my hand on my hips, and I'd be like, "Alright, gang, we were plopped in here to do God knows what, led by who knows what, who doesn't know anything. But anyway, those things that might be out there are hella ugly, and if we meet them, let's just make them uglier." And that's my little go speech. And then go get your little charisma health points.
Yeah, so maybe the way it works is
shedding a tear.
Yeah.
So my level is 1, and my charisma modifier is 4, so everybody gets plus 5.
Yep.
That's awesome.
But everybody remember, you just got plus 5 to your hit points, so you're plus 5 more away from dying.
I feel like I'm 70 again.
I guess we check with Thompson. Is there a way out? Like, I guess
Yeah.
he knows
and
the way out.
Tompkins is like, I think I've got an idea where to go. It seems like the less sturdy or less important the infrastructure, the easier it is for them to destroy it. So we're going to take a shortcut and get off the road. So whenever you're ready, I'm ready. And then before you guys say if you're ready, he hops over the side.
Classic
Oh,
halfling.
bastard.
Yeah.
There's such a thing as stairs.
Yeah. I'm not gonna let what happened last time happen again. So
Yeah, you can
no,
climb down
wow.
pretty effortlessly. There's a ladder. There's also a chute.
oh, like
Slide.
okay.
Yeah, there's a
okay.
slide.
That's
Gotcha.
undignified for a dwarf. I'm going down the ladder.
Stairs.
Yes.
My descent
I'm
is
gonna-
slow and measured and never anything more. So yeah, once you're all out of the treehouse, Tompkins looks around and then darts forward and starts running across the park. Yeah, so you guys take off, and he leads you to a very large building. It's beautiful. It's got stained glass all throughout. Like some of the walls are almost completely stained glass. With a huge, large door that opens up before you. So you run up the stairs, you dart inside, and as you're running through, there's red carpet everywhere, and there are just portraits and statues and all over the hallway. Like all over the wall, there's all these beautiful paintings of people. There are large chiseled statues all throughout as well. And you're taking off running, and once you get far enough in, Tompkins kind of calms down and feels secure that you guys are okay in here for now.
What is this place?
He says, this is the Hall of the Remembered. This is actually, you know, sometimes when you dream about people that you miss or that you lost.
Yes, very much so.
So the people of Mercurius, they can't or don't want to go home. And so I built them this place that kind of, it fills up with the memories of the ones that they've lost or they missed. So it's kind of a way for them to still feel connected to them. And when you walk in, it kind of fills in with the people that you love. So you might see someone you know, unless you're really lonely.
No,
What is love?
maybe don't hurt me.
Damn it, I was going to go there.
When you say that you might see somebody you love, do you mean like as a shadow or reflected in the glass or as a what?
Well, the stronger your love for them, the more dedicated the memorial for them in here.
Vasa looks briefly tempted, but then she kind of just keeps following after Tompkins.
Brummelstone and Vasa also noticed that even though he's slowed down a bit, Tompkins is not looking around. He's got his head down a little bit, and he's kind of trying to hurry. And I interrupted Ertleby, sorry.
Oh, no, I was just saying that I might run into my husband Otto here. He's passed away, but my love for him is still very strong, so keep your eyes out for a very, very bald man.
Aww.
With a bow tie. That's Otto. We can keep going now. Do we trust Tompkins, everyone? I whisper. He seems very intent on leading us somewhere. We're sure this isn't a trap, right?
Well, if it is, he moves very slow. I'm sure we can kill him before whatever he leads us to kills us.
You're right, dearie.
Agreed. He's very
We have-
squishy.
Actually, I guess Vasa would kind of like, even though initially she might have been kind of like focused forward, she might like kind of occasionally sneak side peeks as if she might be looking for somebody, but she's not trying too hard.
Brummelstone would look down at his feet. He doesn't want to see his whole village was destroyed.
Oh, right, yeah.
So he's trying not to pay any attention.
Wait, so do we see each other's, or do we just see our own?
Pedro didn't clarify that.
Hey, we have a question for you.
Yeah.
As we all know, Wesley's got a whole village of dead people he could bump into here. Would we see them, or is it just him?
You would see them.
Okay.
Everyone see them, okay.
Yeah.
Just
All
like
the
you look to your
statues
right,
have...
dead people.
That's just a bunch of dead Jews.
Just like a whole pile in the corner.
Oh,
Oh my god, it's Dr. Megan!
that's
Sorry.
my family. Thanks for piling them in the corner, Tim.
I'm sorry, Wes. I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm more sorry that I would just pile them up in the corner. That seems very rude of me. Like, I'd like to think that,
They get their own individual pile.
Yeah.
Maybe I just like try and comfort him. It's like maybe it's an other person's different pile of.
Yeah. Maybe all those dead dwarfs over there are someone else's dead dwarfs.
Maybe they love piles of dead dwarves.
Yeah.
That's their love.
It's a cultural thing. It's not, it's not.
It's different dwarfs love in different ways,
Oh god.
There's no judgment here.
Oh, there should be.
You continue to travel through the halls. Once the area kind of opens up, there's a specifically large area, like a grand hall that you step into, and this is a little different than the other. The hallways almost felt like museum exhibits. People could kind of go and explore. This grand hall seems to be one for community. It's one where people can come together and share experiences and talk. And as you come into this, there's statues and the portraits and everything. There's a grand staircase that Tompkins is not heading towards. But then the glass shatters, and those black, chaotic shapes spill through the glass, and the whole building kind of starts to warp and shift again as they pour themselves down the stairs.
Oh, hell no.
Shit.
Shit.
Things are going well.
They instantly change into a pile of dead dwarf bodies.
No.
They're very immobile, though, so that's great. They're just like,
Actually,
fuck.
we should, yeah.
Quick, touch them, Wes, touch them.
Guys, this is really emotionally hard for me right now.
I'm sorry, Beauty. That was insensitive of me to suggest.
I don't like this grandma.
Yeah. I feel like a bald man with a bow tie might be easier to take on.
Oh, Otto.
I like to imagine it turns into stairs that you're afraid you'll fall down and break your arms.
That's no laughing matter, young man. Stairs kill. Stairs kill.
It's just changing to time.
It's a menu that says no senior discounts.
Stop joking about things like this. It's causing my heart to go aflutter. At my age, that could mean anything.
So they're about 90 feet away. They're just pouring themselves and bobbing and weaving down the stairs, coming at you, and it's Roberto's turn.
I would like to draw my longbow.
All right.
And I yell "Holy shit!" and I fire one off. So that's 11 plus proficiency.
Yep.
Oh, okay, 13.
13 is a hit. So you fire off your arrow, and it finds its target. How much damage do you do?
7 piercing.
A little piece of it kind of rips off as the arrow flies from the front to the back and keeps going.
Yes.
And then you see it kind of start to shift and shape, and you don't know how you understand this, but when you see it, it looks like it's becoming like a field of dead magic.
Oh.
And you would know that if your elemental stone, the core of your being, gets inside of it, that's it. You shut down.
That's not good for me either.
Right. It
Just
doesn't.
assuming here.
You don't know, but for 10, you're not sure what it is. Like, it makes total sense to Roberto, but you don't recognize it quite yet. Ertleby?
Well, I'm going to get my gun out and take aim at it as well. I got it 16.
That's it.
Yes. So that's 12, plus my dexterity is 16.
Alright. So you fire off another round, and it takes a large chunk out of it. It looks like it's kind of trying to hold itself together. After that is 10.
Alright, I get out the big gun, and I take aim, and I fire off a shot. Oh, a 2 there. Okay. I see how it is. So it's, in total, it's a 9.
It's too wild a shot. You just connect with the back wall. That's it. Its turn. It's going to move rapidly towards Roberto, but it can't quite close distance yet. The second one is going to head for Ertleby.
Oh,
It's charging
yeah.
straight at you.
Oh, I wish I had a house.
Brummelstone.
I will take the shot at the one who everyone else is I pull out my light crossbow. Take a shot. 22.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 2.
So that one just kind of takes a piece of it off and keeps going. It didn't seem to slow it down too much. After that, we have Vasa.
Yeah, I'm not going to run at them. I'm not going to leave the group. Instead, I think I will take this moment to position myself such that if one of the shadow things attacks Erleby, I will attack it, or like whatever, leap in front of it or whatever, one of those moves. Whatever that's called. Yeah, also, can I like just shove Tompkins down in a way, just in case he hasn't scrambled off already himself, the coward?
Yep. Yeah, he was standing up there with you, but yeah, you kind of just kick him back behind you and make sure that he's not going to get into it. Roberto, new round?
So they're closer now.
Yeah, 30 feet away. So you can move 30 feet and melee with it if you wanted to, or you can continue doing long range.
I think I'm gonna actually close the distance. So I'm like, I want to position myself between the party and them. So I'm kind of like in the way.
All right.
I drop my longbow, bust out my sword, run to the one that I think is the same one as that was already damaged, even though it's really scary looking now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I was a robot, if I wasn't a robot, I would be sweating. I have this feeling I don't understand what they are, but anyway, I just run up and I take a swing right into what I think is its face. 12.
12? Yeah, you swing wide, and it kind of reshapes itself around your attack, anticipates it. Ertleby?
I'm going to shoot again, although I want to make sure I don't hurt Vasa if she's starting to get in front of me like the nice young lady she is. So, I got a 16 from my D20 plus 4. That's 20 when I see if I hit it or not. Please tell me I hit it.
You do hit it, yeah.
Hooray! The one that's coming at me. Alright, so I do 10 piercing damage.
You take your shot, and it kind of takes a piece of it with it, and then it starts to reshape itself, and it forms into the faces of your dead grandchildren.
I need all 20 of them!
They're all, like, they're coming out at different times, like, trying to stretch at you, trying to reach for you. They're begging you for help. They're trapped inside. They don't know how to get out. And just, there's like maybe 7 to 10 faces at a time. They keep kind of fighting their way against each other, trying to reach out to get to you.
This is horrible. God, Bradley's fine. But Biloxi and Myrtle. And Bradley. Even Bradley. This is horrible.
Tiny
It's just Bradley tearing up your will.
No! That impertinent lad.
Everyone else is screaming for help, and he's just like, why? Why'd you do this?
No!
But, it's Tin.
Okay, I'm going to try and redeem myself and take out the one that Roberto is currently engaged with and try and get that sucker down, so take another shot. Oh, cool. It is a 26. So, 6 damage.
Give me a perception check as well.
A 6.
All's good.
Nothing wrong here, folks.
It checks.
Great.
All right, so that first one is going to swarm, and it's kind of just going to stretch itself out and try to engulf Roberto.
I don't like this.
He's like not sweating bullets, but it's like a few screws are coming loose.
Yeah.
The twist. 4 damage as it brings several different pieces of itself into your armor.
It's mating with him.
The second one, Bradley...
The Bradley monster.
is going to lash out and try to pull Ertleby in.
Why don't you love me, Grandma?
What's your
Don't touch
armor
me,
class?
Bradley! What's my what?
What's your armor class?
15.
I thought I was positioned to intervene if it tried to.
You are.
attack
I'm sorry. You're right. So you get a free attack right now.
11.
That is a miss, unfortunately. So
Damn it! They're just so creepy.
That's Bradley.
Yeah, Bradley's like, watch out. The rest of them move around your blade.
Wait! I didn't roll roll a d20. I rolled my fucking d12.
Oh, roll again.
I'm just like, oh, that's funny. It's got so few sides.
I rolled so high.
This time I get a 12.
All together?
Altogether.
Yep. So, 6 damage, and it tries to pull you in.
Oh, this is very not good. I was at 12 and now I'm at 6.
Brummelstone?
Oh gosh. I think those two can handle it. I'm slightly scared of Vasa myself, so I'm gonna go fight the one off my brother. And I'll run up to it and try to, flank it if I can and hit it with my warhammer. 16 altogether.
That's it?
And 9 damage.
Yeah, you slam into it, and you notice that your hammer tore way more of it apart than everybody else's ranged attacks have been doing.
Or, you
Vasa?
know.
Sorry, it's your turn.
So this time for realsies. Okay, this time it's a 25.
Nice, that's it.
Which turns up a 2 plus a 4. That's 6 damage, and then I have my sneak attack, which is an extra plus d6. That's a 3, so ultimately it's a 9.
Right. Yeah, you notice that your attack is just as effective as Brumblestone's. So yeah, you kind of just start hacking away at those tendrils, try to get Ertleby some breathing room. It's a new round, Roberto.
I'm not happy right now. This shadow monster is molesting me. Bad touch.
Buy a robot a drink first.
Oil me up a little bit first.
Yeah.
I guess that. I'm just gonna try to slice away at whatever is grabbing onto me as much as I can.
Okay.
Let's see. 12.
12 is you can't connect. He's got you too far off your game.
Yeah, I'm too scared.
Ertleby, now because it's right on you, you have a disadvantage on your pistol.
I'm going to use one of my scythes instead. Sickle. I have a sickle. So I draw it from my bag. Mm-hmm. And I roll, and so that makes it a 16. So I attempt to cut at it with one of my sickles that I've pulled out from underneath my cardigan.
That's it.
Yay! But it's only 1d4. I rolled a 4! Oh yes, it's a 3. 10 years of Christmas presents with no thank you notes.
They were socks, Grandma!
You feel that blade cut way more into it than your bullets. 10.
I'm going to run up to Roberto and his little demon thing and take out my glaive and try and swipe. Okay. Here we go. Not good. Okay. It's a 9.
Alright, so you run forward and spin your glaive a few times and try to play off that miss as part of the routine. You are so ready for next round.
It's not a good time for Tin right now.
You just wanted to intimidate it, give it a fighting chance to back off now.
Alright, so it's going to take another attack. It's actually going to try to grapple with you, Roberto.
Okay.
So, give me a dex or strength check, or whatever you would like.
I'm gonna go with dex, because that's my higher one. Got a 10.
Alright, so it starts throwing tendrils all around you, so you just start hopping and moving back and forth, bobbing and weaving, and just it just can't seem to get a good grip on you. You keep out of it. You keep out of its reach for this round. But the next one is going to attack Ertleby.
Oh no!
And it's going to try to grapple you.
And it's 20.
Yep, D20 plus your ability modifier.
22.
Wow, yeah. So it also tries to bring you in, and you're not getting any closer to Bradley than you have to. And you're kind of using your scythe to kind of keep it off balance, and it just can't find a way to get around you. Brummelstone.
I don't like that it's trying to grapple my brother, so I will try to break any bonds if I can.
Save me.
19 altogether.
Nice.
8 damage.
8 damage. Alright, so you run forward and you swing heavy into it, and you're trying to get it off your brother, so you actually pull it with your swing and crash it against the banister to the stairs, and you watch it kind of just shatter and then liquefy all over the stairs and the banister. And you defeat that one.
Yay!
Vasa?
Nice.
Yeah, let's attack. Let's get that thing off of Ertleby. Alright.
Thank you.
So. Okay, well, that is a 16.
Alright, that's a hit.
Okay, let's do the d8. That's a 1 plus a 4, which is a 5, plus my sneak attack thingamajig. So, whoops. That was on my lap, sorry. And that's a 2, so ultimately a 7 damage.
Alright. Yep, so you lunge forward and just drive yourself into it, trying to drive it back. And even though you can't push it any further back, you do take a sizable kind of chunk out of it as you come back. And it's still standing, but it looks a lot worse than it did a moment ago. New round, Roberto?
Okay, so now we have one left. It's still next to Ertleby and Voss. I go over there, but as I'm running over, I look back at Brummelstone and give him a wink. I can't wink. Never mind. I would like to somehow charge my entire body and try to kind of push it away from Ertleby. Okay, I got a 15 in total.
Yeah, so you shove it 5 feet away. It's not next to her anymore.
Okay.
And let's see. Yeah, so you knock it away from her. Ertleby? So you can shoot it now if you would like to, because it's not going to give you disadvantage. But you also have noticed that your sickle seems to be way more effective.
Oh, I'm torn. Because if I go near it again, it might hurt me. And
Disrespect Roberto.
Yeah.
Lady, I just
pushing it away.
That does seem rather rude. I think that I'm going to shoot it just because there's only one left and I don't want to take any chances. So I'm going to roll. Alright, so my attack roll was a 19.
That's a hit.
Nice.
Now I'm going to do my 2d8. 8, 12.
Nice.
Alright, so you open fire, huge thunderous blast, nearly shatters it. It's kind of twisted, there's a strand of it holding on. Some of the grandchildren's heads are kind of hanging like dead, loose Christmas bulbs. And they're all kind of just their faces are stretching and dripping, trying to get to you one last time.
Well, that's gross.
Tin?
Okay. I'm not doing too well this fight, so I don't know if I should try and... I'm going to try getting at it with the glaive. So, yeah, I'm going to rush over and poke at it. I got a 21.
That's a hit.
And D10. Sorry, it's in the dark, so... Didn't think this through.
You might have been hitting the whole time.
I do 8 damage.
8 damage? Yeah, so you charge forward, one huge spin, and you cut it right in half, and you watch as the entire infrastructure of the creature turns to glass and then liquefies upon contact with the beautiful red carpet.
Cool. And then I go... Boom shakalaka as it.
It was at 1 HP and just
It was at 1 HP.
Just you're welcome, everyone.
finish it.
Well, I'm very happy. It was so nice of you all to help me here. But Thompson's kids... You said that this place was safe. And I look at him with very, very judgy old lady eyes.
And he says, I didn't say they wouldn't be able to find us. We have to keep going. Come on.
I follow after Tompkins.
Yeah.
Well, can I take a moment to at least inspect the black goop that they broke apart into?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So he starts running off but you're walking towards the stairs. As you get close to the stairs, you notice some of the pedestals have been filled in. So, for instance, Megan, is there anybody that would have filled in the pedestals from you because you got close enough?
No.
Your dogs, perhaps?
That sad dog.
2 little testicles form.
And a pair and ovaries. No, I don't see anyone there.
Vasna, is there anybody that would appear there for you?
Well, yeah. If the pedestal has indeed taken the shape of somebody that she's loved and lost, then it would take the shape of a sort of like, I'm assuming it's full body, or is it a bust?
It's as much as you cared about them.
Oh, well, it's basically...
You don't have to say who it is,
Okay.
But if you could describe the...
So it's it's like this kind of 6-footish man with like straight hair that's kind of tied back into like a short ponytail or whatever, and he's wearing clothing that looks vaguely roguish, or at least, things that are not associated with other classes like paladins or magicians. So it looks like he might be like a thief or a rogue or something, and he's pretty lean framed, but still standing in a sort of like a dignified position, like a very proud leaderish position. And if Vasa saw that, I'm assuming she did as she was on her way, she would pretty much like double take and like basically look pretty impacted by seeing that. And then she would kind of just maybe take a moment, look at it, and then just forcefully continue walking on towards to inspect the black stuff.
So as you lean down to touch it, even though it's not there, even though the creature is dead, it still sort of responds to your touch. At first it alarms you, but you realize that it's kind of almost like a death throw. Even though it looks like liquid, it does not feel wet. If you continue to kind of manipulate it, it does kind of want to form over your hand a little bit, but again, you can tell it does not have the strength. It may startle you for a second, but not so much that you would freak out and throw it and run away. You keep your wits about you. Other than that, the only thing that you kind of get from it is that it's cold. It's extremely cold, but not like frostbite style. It just feels empty and hollow.
I would kind of go look over my shoulder and like call to Brummelstone, since he's the mage as far as I'm aware, and I go, Dwarf, Brimdorf, and then I kind of like wave him over.
I would respond. Yeah, can I check it out? Earlier we were talking about like telling where things are from, like since like if it was like fiendish or from the Fae or kind of that kind of stuff.
So you can't tell where it's from. You can just rule out where it's not from. It must be from the dreaming plane, is what you would deduce by ruling out possibilities as you examined it. But
yeah, so
there's almost
like,
no study about the dreaming plane.
But I wouldn't guess that it's like no one invaded the dreaming plane.
Correct,
like that would be
correct.
like what I'm looking for, kind of.
Exactly. Yeah. This is native.
Can anyone light this on fire? Ertleby says as she pokes one of them with one of like the dying shadow things with her boot.
I agree. We should try to set it on fire.
Tompkins is at the door, just like,
Look, if it burns, this is easier to kill.
I mean, does any of us have any fire-starting flint starters or matches or...
I was kind of hoping that one of the robots could short-circuit on top of it.
Are we like in a rush? I just don't know. Like, that would be my only... Maybe we can like bag some of it and test out theories like when we're in a safer spot. I just don't want to like... That our Brummelstone would just be like, well, like maybe we should do experimentations. Like,
I speak up and I say, I don't think we should bring any of this with us. I don't want this associated with our journey.
All right, Tompkins, we're coming.
Yeah, and there's nothing more, so I would turn around and go into Tompkins.
Or Barbardo would like to sneak a little bit of it into his backpack.
Wait, would I see that with my passive perception?
I don't know.
What's your perception?
16.
Roberto needs to do a sleight of hand check.
I'm not proficient, but I got a 23.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, he slips it past you.
You'll be the death of us all!
Hey, like...
maybe we have a homing
in the beginning of the movie, you see, like, the dream team, and you're like, oh, which one of these will be, like, the Judas of the team that brings them down later?
I'm just curious about everything. Like, everything, like, is curious to me.
So, yeah, you eventually head on up and meet up with Tompkins. You get to the door. Now, for those with, again, a high enough perception, like, 15 plus, you'll notice that Tompkins takes a long way around. You could have probably gone up the stairs and gone out the window and gotten out of here. The same way that he's essentially taking everyone.
What are you doing, Tompkins?
What's your perception? Your
I don't notice that it's like 12. That
She's just
didn't
like
happen.
rambling to herself.
I was just wondering how Tompkins is doing up there. How are you doing, Tompkins?
He goes, oh, doing great.
I would ask him where we're going.
We are going to the door you guys want to go.
Is this the door out?
Well, this is the door that leads to the door that leads to the door. And then he keeps running, and there was another door, and then he keeps running, and then finally you find yourselves in a one of the kind of the back streets behind the Hall of Remembrance. And then he darts just a few more streets forward, and then you find yourselves in front of an alley. And he says, well, if you just go down this hallway, there's a door at the end, and if you open it, You'll be able to leave here.
You first.
I didn't know if I wanted to go with you guys or not.
Oh, just open the door. Then we'll talk some more. It's politeness. You're not going to make a little old lady open the door by herself.
No. He kind of collects himself and
There's
walks
no
forward.
subtext here. My wrists are old. Arthritis.
Do you follow him?
Yes.
All right, so you all continue down the the alleyway. It's an unnecessarily long alleyway. The buildings are all like right next to each other. They're almost connected. There's no way to go but down this single alley passage. But as you get closer and closer towards the end of it, you do see there's a brick wall and a very plain-looking brown door out of place. The brick wall is not attached to a building. It's just like the end of the alleyway. So there's just a 10-foot tall brick wall there, and then there's that door there. As you kind of come through the alleyway, once you get within about 60 feet of that door, you hear this terrible just leap over the side and come down, sliding down the side of the wall. It's another one of those liquidy nightmare creatures.
Feed it to Tompkins. No. Or feed Tompkins to it. Whichever one eats the other.
But it splashes into the alley and then pours itself into that door. And then the door itself kind of comes to life and pulls itself off and then grows to about 7 or 8 feet tall and becomes like thick like obsidian and starts to crash its way towards you, lumbering.
So it's a door that's black as obsidian and thick, and it's going.
Yep, yeah, like that nightmare took over the door, ripped it off the side. There's no door there now, and
we're taking another door, guys.
Yeah, so I think we're in a very narrow alleyway, and this door has become a bigger barrier of black as obsidian, and it's coming toward us almost in a what's that guy the guy who plays the other guy in
Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
How did you get?
Whoa!
I forgot all their names.
That was well done.
The guy who plays that other guy, like Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
The alleyway is about 10 feet in width, so you could get around it if you wanted to. But it is charging at you guys. It is within, you said about 60 feet, and it's Roberto's turn.
Oh, God.
Before everything starts, Ertleby just wants to turn to Tompkins and say, "Can you build a house around that to stop it? Can he make it part of a house to slow it down?
He's staring at it in disbelief. He's never seen something like that before. He's kind of shell shocked.
Can you just build a doorstop?
Yes.
Even smaller.
Everything related to houses.
Maybe we give a welcome mat and throw it. That's its weakness.
Can't move past it.
Holy shit!
It's weak. It's weak against hospitality.
I assume it's hostile, so I draw my bow and I shoot an arrow at it. That's an 8.
8? Alright, so yeah, you take a wild shot. You don't find...
I don't hit the huge door that is taking up the entire hallway. You don't hit the
huge door, no, unfortunately.
It's too intimidating.
That is just embarrassing.
Early?
Well, I'm going to... It's pretty far away, right?
It's about 60 feet.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot it. Oh, but I only got a 10 for my attack roll.
Yeah, that doesn't connect. Oh, no, sorry. What did you... let me go back to Enzo. You did hit, sorry.
Oh.
It is... it's much easier to hit because it is so big.
Oh, okay. I was getting worried there.
No.
Okay, so roll for damage then. 11 damage. Piercing.
Your arrow finds purchase, and you take a small little chunk out of it.
Yeah. Take that, Thor.
Ertleby, you hit as well?
Yes, excellent. And I'm going to do to it 7 damage.
Yeah.
You notice this is not taking shape like the other one was. Once it gets into your range, going for Vasa. It's going to reach up and then try to honestly just collapse on you. Just slam on you. And it hits. It crashes into you, slams into you pretty hard. 6 damage.
Yeah, we're not getting beaten by a door, guys. Like,
oh god,
seriously.
You jinxed it. No, we are.
I hope it doesn't knock us all out.
Brummelstone.
I will send my raven to attack it if I can.
Yep.
And deliver a shocking grass. 17.
17. That's a hit, so it flies forward and then just crashes into it and lets loose like a huge electrical burst.
And it does 1d8 lightning damage.
Oh, okay.
So not a ton, but the item shouldn't be able to take reactions until the start of the next turn.
Nice.
Okay. Which is more like the... Yeah. I would say like maybe we should run past it.
Yeah. How much damage do you do?
Just 1.
So yeah, as Wesley pointed out, since it can't react, like you see it just kind of convulsing and kind of almost wrapped in electrical current still, which means you guys could split up by running past it. You'd be cornered, but you could essentially sandwich the target if you so choose.
Could we flank the target?
Why would we be cornered? Because we could just run towards the open door.
There is no open door. It's the door. It took the door off. It's just a brick wall now.
Okay.
It went all like Alice in Wonderland on us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then I will try, if I can still move.
If you try to move, I do need you to make a check for me. Give me a strength saving throw.
21.
21?
Yeah.
So you watch as Wesley tries to run, and you do run successfully. That was successful. But as you do, you watch the ground has become almost moshy and almost like quicksand. Like it's like he's trying. He runs successfully, but you see anyone that gets near it is going to have to run through this. It's not like the ground changes to quicksand. It's just that it becomes very sticky and taffy-like as you run, and you watch as the cobblestone stretches and squirms trying to hold him in place. But
I'm going to go behind it and pull out my warhammer.
Okay.
I've been inspired by Vasa.
Vasa?
Yeah, well, I just got squished, and I feel pretty winded and all that, but I don't have anything. I'm just gonna... Yeah, I guess I'd be like, oh my god, that hurts, and then I'd basically pull out my rapier and, try to attack it, so let's roll... That's a 7.
That's a hit.
Okay, well, it is on top of me, so really there was no doubt there.
Yeah.
Now for damage. That is a 6 plus 4, that's 10, plus my d6, a sneak attack. That's 14 damage total.
So you respond in kind by just giving this powerful thrust, a little bit of a flourish beforehand to kind of confuse it, and then drive through it. And when you pull back, there's a cracked hole where your blade once was.
I mean, I actually thought my rapier would snap on it, but I'm glad it went through. So.
It did not snap because of the skill in which you used your attack. You pierced right through it. New round, Roberto.
So
wait, I didn't go.
Did I skip you?
Yeah.
I called you after Brummelstone. I'm so sorry.
Don't bother, Tina. She'll just
Tin's still heartbroken from the lack of a stat.
Sorry, go ahead, Tin.
Tin's just at the back yelling like catchphrases.
You're like, yeah.
360
Shakalaka.
She sniffs up a little bit of an oil tear and just collects herself and I could help too. So you're saying that the hole she pierced completely through it,
yep.
Or it is to a softer core or anything like that?
No, just pierced right through it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna take out my rifle and just shoot at it. Oh damn, guys! Nat 20.
Nice.
Yeah. So 27 in all.
All right.
Wow. 14 damage.
Times 2?
Yeah, in all, it's all 14.
Okay.
In total.
All right, so yeah, you leave another hole, and the bullet rips past. It doesn't hit Wesley at all, but you are surprised to see a bullet fly through. And then it's new round, Roberto.
Because I want to burn it. I want to burn the door, because I just assume it's made of wood.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to take one of my torches and shove it in that hole.
All right.
If I can do it, can I do that? Like,
yeah.
Like,
This is awesome.
I believe in you.
No, it's a 4.
Mm.
Ugh.
No, so you go and it just kind of opens. Like, it doesn't really open, but it just turns.
I'm so embarrassed.
Ertleby?
Can I? What do I? If I want to grapple the door, what do I do? Is it a strength check?
It would be a strength check.
That would not
Please,
go.
please don't try to grapple the door.
I just thought I could try and hold it down for people while we take the door out. What if I grab it in the hole? Use that for leverage? Do I get advantage?
It's a hole the size of a rapier blade.
I have very skinny arms.
Now, what you can do is there is an action called help, remember? You can just give advantage to somebody else and describe how you're helping them.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So you could do that if you want to. If you want to.
Let's see. I am doing tons of damage because I'm awesome. I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to shoot it.
Okay.
I just rolled a natural 20 for my attack.
Nat 20, sisters?
13 times 2, 26.
Jesus.
Now it's Ertleby's chance to save Vasa.
This is so beautiful.
You lean over Vasa's shoulder and you pull the trigger, and Vasa, kind of already in sync with you, pulls herself away enough to not have the gunshot.
Yeah, I don't want to be deaf.
You kind of all sync up rather beautifully, and then you blow a sizable chunk into the slab. And it almost falls back on Wesley. It hurts. It's taken so much damage, but it keeps itself right side up.
Wesley, you should position yourself at the hole so that it could kind of do a Charlie Chaplin thing on you.
Yeah. I'm right there with you.
Can we do that?
Agreed.
That seems quick. Everyone do a dexterity check.
It's not that big a hole, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
It's going to make another attack at Vasa,
Yeah,
and you quickly sidestep it. It doesn't get even close to you. Brummelstone?
Well, I want to leave a hole in this door. I don't want to be left out. I got a 7.
That's a hit.
10 points of damage.
You crash and take a chunk out of its side from your warhammer. It's still up, but it's not looking like it's going to be around much longer.
I'd like to poke my head through and say, "Here's Johnny."
Yeah, so you guys get a glimpse of the dwarf behind the curtain.
And I'd be very disappointed when no one except for Enzo's character would recognize that reference to the classic play on our world.
Johnny, come quickly.
Yeah, Johnny smashes the door. The classic urban play.
Tin.
Okay, so Tin's come on, lucky shot. 25.
That's a hit.
7 damage.
Another rifle bullet-sized hole rips through the door, and it looks like it's about to shatter, but that wasn't quite enough. Vasa?
Alright, well, here's my chance to step up for revenge. The freaking thing freaking smashed down on me like I was a fly. So, 15?
Hit.
Yep, so that's 14 damage.
Alright, so you dive forward at it. At the last second, you slip to the side, and you drive your blade into it. And when you pull your blade out, you see cracks and splinters all over it as the kind of the black makeup of the door shatters and again liquefies against the wall and all over, and leaves only the it's seen better days, but it leaves a big wooden door standing upright in the middle of the hallway.
We did it! Yay!
So maybe because it's in the heat of the moment or whatever, it doesn't occur to me how ridiculous it seems, but I actually kind of reach for the doorknob and I try to pull it open as if it would opening in the middle of space.
It does.
And I go, fuck.
This is very curious. Tompkins, what's going on?
I just want to say that if cinematically, the shot would be that, like, you see the black first, and then it explodes everywhere, and then as it drips down off the camera, you just kind of see Vasa, like, glistening with sweat and all tired, and her shoulders are heaving, and she's, like, super serious and vengeful, because you're just,
The hair.
Yeah.
It's like a shampoo commercial.
Got my revenge.
So yeah, that you kind of just haphazardly open the door, not expecting it to work, but when it does, it opens up into a very dark-looking cave.
Did I tell anything about that cave? Like guessing about planes and stuff?
Can I close the door and reopen it as if I'm hoping it will shuffle the portal?
Yeah, so you shut it, give it a second, reopen it, same cave system.
Tompkins, do you recognize this cave?
He looks in there and he's like, not from here.
Can I just really quickly boot Tompkins through the door?
Yeah, so he is like, man, well, good luck. And
what about from there, Tompkins?
Alright, so he's through. That's all I need him to do. Now I turn to the rest of us and I go, do you think we should go in the cave?
I suppose. Tompkins, how is it?
Oh my gosh, why would you do that? He kind of pokes his head out and he's like, what?
Like, dude,
you
might as well come with us because there are fucking nightmare things in here, and you obviously can't protect yourself, so just come with us. Because
are there monsters down there? Tompkins, are there monsters?
Not yet. And he kind of looks back. Hello? No, it checks.
And then I kind of like look at everyone else and I go, as if to be like, what else could we do?
Yeah. We
let's go.
We have to get out of here because just more nightmare shit's gonna come back.
So I would kind of like motion everyone through, and I would specifically stand at the door in such a way that if Tompkins were to try to climb back out the cave, I would catch him and pull him back down.
Erdely goes up to Tompkins, who is definitely, in my mind, trying to get past Vasa, and says, "Dearie, come with us if you want to live."
Kind of shrugs his shoulders and he says, well, let's go.
I'm the last one to go through, and I purposely shut the door closed behind me, and then can I take a quick perception check and just like examine the cave?
Yep. 1 second though. You shut the door, you turn around, the door's not there anymore.
Oh, well, that's that.
Yeah.
You should have left Tompkins in there to keep it open.
No, I don't want to
human doorstop, since he couldn't make us one.
One way or another, we're getting our doorstep. Thanks again for listening. I want to give a shout out to BattleBards for their continued support by opening up their library to us. You can find their work at battlebards.com. I also want to thank Sirenscape for some of the music and sounds you heard today. You can find them at sirenscape.com.
Actually, it makes me wonder, like, what came first, D&D or Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings came first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Lord of the Rings laid down a lot of the groundwork and some of the racism, and then D&D filled in those gaps. No.
Okay.
In old versions of D&D, it's so weird because the races have like caps to how good they could be at stuff.
Okay.
So, like, if you're this race, you can only be this good at wizardry.
Okay.
And it's like back then, it was like, yeah, that makes sense. Dwarves would be terrible at thinking.
Yeah.
And then, like, now it's like, that feels wrong.
That's racist.
That's very not in keeping with the Zootopia model. You're like
Brummelstone's
Aragorn.
broken heart. Oh.
How long does this HP last?
It is not this day!
My hip!
For Frodo!
Megan, we're gonna watch these all together.
Thank you.
I've what's that thing called when you do something in cereal?
Milk?
When you
Spoon.
do something in a row? When you do something in a row?
Oh, sequential?
Mirror us?
No, yeah, I've marathoned the trilogy like 5 times now, so we're gonna marathon it next time. Megan.
Yes!
Okay.
We're gonna marathon it, and we're gonna make comics, and that's how we're gonna do it.
Okay.
I thought we were gonna have breakfast.
Yeah, I was with you. I was like, we're gonna make a podcast about one subject of murder.
It's called Cheerio,
It's a cereal.
and it's us greeting people in the morning.
Cheerio, top of the morning. Hello, welcome to our podcast. Cheerio.
It's only
We
available
only-
from like 7 to 10 in your time zone.